In this lecture, let's shift our focus to the inspector window. We've largely ignored it. The inspector window contains basic information on the selected game object or file. If you were to select any of the game objects from our scene, you would be greeted with various settings. Each setting is grouped under a component. Components play a huge role in Unity game development. What's a component? Components are the building blocks of a game object. They can add special behavior to a game object. For example, they can play audio, apply gravity, add collision detection, etc. Each component should aim to apply one specific behavior to a game object. However, game objects may require multiple features to be fully functional. Rather than relying on one component to achieving the desired behavior, we can utilize multiple components to create the final product. This is known as component composition. Let me give you an analogy. You can think of a component as a Lego block. Lego blocks come in various shapes, sizes, and colors. By themselves, they're not impressive. When you put them together, you can create amazing models. You can build animals, buildings, characters, and almost anything you can imagine with Lego blocks. This idea of putting together a set of blocks to create an object is known as composition. This definition can be taken over to Unity. Component composition is the idea of putting together various components to build a game object. By themselves, game objects are nothing special. We must add components to get the desired appearance and behavior. The Unity team encourages developers to apply components to build their game objects. Components are viewable through the inspector window. From the hierarchy, select the robot game object. Next, look at the inspector. Components are split into panels. Each panel will contain the settings for the relative component. For readability, we can toggle the component's appearance by clicking on the arrow next to the name. For the robot game object, we have a total of 4 components. There are the transform, mesh filter, mesh renderer, and box collider components. To the right of each component, there's a question mark icon. We can click on this icon to view the documentation for a component. The documentation dives deeper into the component settings. I highly recommend checking out the documentation for an unfamiliar component. This resource is incredibly valuable for beginner developers. Let's head back to Unity. Components may have additional hidden settings. They can be viewed by clicking on the 3 dots. The program I'm using to record this video cuts off the menu. Luckily, the same menu can be accessed by right-clicking on the component's name. Various options are available, from moving the component to removing it. We're not going to select these options. It's good to know where to find them. Components can be disabled. If we were to disable the game object, all components would become disabled. But we may not want to disable the entire game object. Instead of disabling an object entirely, we can disable a specific component to prevent it from affecting a game object. For example, next to the name of the mesh renderer component, there's a checkbox. Unticking this box causes the component to stop working. This feature can be useful for debugging. If a game object is not behaving as expected, you can toggle each component to find the root cause of the problem. I'm going to re-enable this component. One last thing. New components can be added to a game object by clicking on the Add Component button. This button can be found at the bottom of the inspector window. Out of the box, Unity supplies us with dozens of components. Feel free to explore these components. Throughout this course, we're going to explore these components and their settings. That's about it for components. In the next lecture, let's start diving deeper into some of the components available to us.